Hey everyone, welcome to Coffee with Eddie. Let's go inside and see who's waiting for us. Hey everyone, Eddie Campos here with Remax Preferred Associates, and this is Coffee with Eddie. We're back here in Fitness for All. We're talking with Keith Zoeller, and we're going to talk about that personal training. So today we're here with Don, and Keith's going to show us a couple of things that'll help personalize a workout to your physical condition and what your physical goals are. So Keith?
Awesome, thanks Eddie. Well, with Don, so I would like to touch base with what happens with a lot of trainers, or also with some people just coming in that don't know actually what they're doing or where they're getting started in the fitness journey, or what has pushed them to come into the gym anyway. So what happens is with older people, or even people who are out of shape, grab my hands. A lot of people, trainers will tell the person to bring them over here on the turf, or they'll bring them in an area and they'll say, I want you to do a lunge. So actually they'll have them do a lunge without them even helping. So I watch them, they're doing lunge, they're putting all the pressure, patella, they're hurting, they're dying, but they're still trying to do the movement. You want to become personable. So put 1 foot forward, Don, 1 foot back, and we're going to do a little bit of a lunge, but you're going to use all me. So sit down just a little bit, bend that knee, put that foot back a little bit further, a little bit more. Now go down, but use me, Don. Use my hands, go down, and pull with your hands and come up, drive straight through the floor, and don't let your knee come over the front of your foot, okay? So straight down again, and come up. How's that feel?
Good, good.
So what I'm doing is I'm taking all the stress off of his knee and causing him to use the muscles in the right way. Gotcha. Another way, thank you, sir. Another way would be, if you're on your own, Don, you would come over here, either grab this bar or the Smith machine. Come on for me, please, sir. You'd grab here, put your foot up against mine, and you're going to use this bar like you use my hands. So you're going to put that foot back in the back, and you're going to go straight down, and you're going to drive right through the floor. So go straight down, keep that knee forward, and push. Drive up through the floor, feel all that through there, your hip, glute, everything right there. Well, again, with the bar, you're causing your body to use the right muscles instead of the wrong muscles. Keep that knee straight up, drive up. Feel that right there?
Yep.
That way you're not putting any stress in the knees. And this is an exercise that I see trainers do all the time. The people, they'll take them out on the turf, or they'll just have them standing. Even people who are in shape and aren't elderly still do the same thing. You're putting it all in the wrong place.
So it comes down to one of the last things we spoke about is finding connection. Connecting to the right muscle group.
Yep.
That's great. Well, we're going to move on to our next guest, and that's going to be Kristen Queenan, and we're going to talk about some moves that Keith has found to be able to benefit her.
First thing we're going to do is we're going to demonstrate a chest movement. All right. Kristen, if you will, give me a slight push. If you notice her elbows in straight in line with the movement, come all the way back again for me. They're not dipping down. They're not coming above. If you notice, it's a straight movement, and that's what you want you to do. Your arms are more of a pivot. You don't want to do, if you will, bend your wrist for me, Kristen. A lot of people do this in the movement, which causes your forearm to flex, and it goes into your front delt. So immediately we're taking it out of the chest area. Okay, back down. And if you'll come all the way up one time, I know you don't do that, but all them shoulders up. See how she loaded her shoulders? Once you load your shoulders, it's taken out of your chest. Once the shoulders are loaded on the way back down, they stay loaded. So the majority of the movement stays in your front delts instead of going in your chest. That's the reason why a lot of people, even guys who are in shape, still don't have their upper chest, because in this movement, the shoulder's so dominant, it's taking over in the movement, and it's taking it out of your chest area that you're actually working. So if you come back up to the top, Kristen, stop right there with them elbows. See how she stops with her elbows bent? Now we're staying into the chest area. Back down, good. Up, squeeze, back down, perfect. Picture perfect. One more, gotcha. Mind-body connection. You can see all the way through the movement. She's doing exertion, but it's a squeezing movement. She's connecting all the way through the movement, up way and all the way down. Good, perfect, thank you. Okay, the next move we're gonna show with Kristen is a tricep push down. We got the easy bar for different grips. Right now we're doing the inside grip for, and if you will, come on down for me. So a couple things that you're gonna notice with Kristen. When she comes down, if you will, bend your wrists. A lot of people in the gym, this is one of the biggest mistakes they do. So when you come down, again, this goes with different muscle connections. So if you bend your wrist, automatically you're firing your front forearm, which you can see, which fires your front delt, and it takes it out of your tricep. So you want to keep your wrists straight so they're in a locked position. You want your knees slightly bent, butt back, and stress off your back. And this way you got a full load when you're coming down and you're squeezing. Back up to the top, keep those elbows in, all the way down, and squeeze. So we're gonna come back up to the top, all the way up, and you wanna keep your shoulders back and squeeze. Feel that connection right there? Biggest thing is you're trying to find the movement. It's not about how much weight you can move. It's about how you can connect with the muscle through the movement. Believe me, you'll feel it and you'll change a lot more than trying to move the weight, which actually will make you way stronger than everybody else trying to move the weight. Got it. Perfect. Big squeeze at the bottom, come up, down at the bottom, good. Now, if you will, let go for a second for me, and we're gonna do a reverse grip. This is gonna change the heads on the tricep. This is more your inner. She's gonna do the same movement, grab a little bit wider, come down and squeeze, and if you notice, her wrists are straight all the way through the movement. Shoulders are back, postured up. Because what happens is, if you will bring your shoulders forward for me, Christian, just to show them what people do, everybody rounds off their shoulders, they come into the front delt, and again, this changes the movement drastically. But you're gonna start noticing this in the gym by me pointing this out, that everybody does it. Thank you, perfect.
So again, we're talking about the connection of the mind and the muscle. So, one of the things that Keith has been able to identify with me is, I've got the ability to move a lot of weight, but I'm not necessarily moving it correctly. So we're gonna start with just some dumbbells. So I'll grab some 40-pound dumbbells.
Now when you see Eddie doing this movement, which is very common in the gym, he's moving the weight and he's using a little bit of his bicep. He's gonna get a little bit of a pump, but he's not gonna get the full connection. So with that being said, Eddie could actually use that weight now because he's done it right so many times now in the past, where he is actually squeezing and connecting with the weights. The majority of the people, again, in the gym, when you're in a swinging area, you automatically relax the mind thinking, I've accomplished what I want to do because I'm at the top and I'm going back down into the movement, instead of I'm squeezing and contracting in the movement and finding all the muscle. And that's where you're breaking down more muscle tissue, you're burning more calories. So all in all, it's better on your heart, better on calories, and you're getting the full muscle activity.
So what would be the way you want me to do this?
Like I said, Eddie, it doesn't matter with you now because your strength is, now he connects in everything he does. So we're gonna rotate him up. We're gonna come up and squeeze at the top. And you wanted that contraction right there at the top. If you notice, Eddie immediately goes into a bent position, so he's not in his back. He's taking all the pressure off of his spine, and he's bringing the movement all the way top, and he's connecting, and you can feel him squeeze like crazy at the top instead of just moving the weight. Same thing with hammers. If you could show me some hammers there. Guys, you'll be surprised. When you start squeezing and isolate, this weight gets a lot heavier really quick because now you're using it in the right way instead of just swinging the movement and breaking down a little bit of muscle tissue. Perfect, Eddie.
I kind of talk about big picture kind of stuff. It's not about the end destination, it's about the journey. So the journey is what we're focusing on.
Yes.
Trying to improve that.
It's mind-body connection. It's what we talked about, the whole segment and everything else. It's using it all to where you're actually getting the most and the fullest part of the workout in everything you do. And here's the funniest part of all of it, and I say this to all my athletes, the young people I work with, the older people I work with, and else, you get actually way stronger than all the other people that are trying to move down the rack, that are trying to move more to impress people or trying to do it all the wrong way, or they're watching these videos and they're doing cheat movements and stuff that's just basically shortcutting the activity, and it's also causing more chance of injury in the future because you're not breaking down all the muscle tissue.
Well, this is Eddie Campos. I'm with RE/MAX Preferred Associates. This has been Coffee with Eddie. Thanks for tuning in, and please tune in next week.